Hello there everybody, this is MrMPS, and today we're here to do a tour of MilkTankerMedia's LEGO layout. So starting here at the
Matt.
Yeah?
You do know there's a layout here, right?
What do you mean layout?
Like a Thomas Wynn Railway layout. That's kind of the point of what we're doing.
Oh.
Hello everyone, MilkTankerMedia here. Behind the camera is my good friend MrMPS, waving at you. And today, I thought we'd go through this layout that I built. It's been a really long time, many years since I built a Thomas Wynn Railway layout. But I really like how this one turned out, and I thought I'd share it with you. So MPS just helped me put the last finishing touches on it, and I actually have filmed an episode with this layout. It's the premiere episode of season 4. That'll be coming at some point, as your boy is known for. Did I say your boy?
Stop stealing my thing,
You're
dog.
rubbing off on me, Matt. Okay. So before we let me ramble too much, as I will inevitably do in this video, let's go ahead and get started. And the classic layout tour is to always start either with a destination or with wherever Thomas is. And at this point, it happens to be work out both ways. So down here is Knapford Station, where we will begin our tour. As you can see, Thomas is down there with Annie and Clarabelle. Also on other platforms, we have Sam pulling some coaches, as well as Duck with his, I believe that's Duke and Duchess coach down there.
And Birdie.
And Birdie. Must not forget Birdie. Hashtag at Birdie memes.
Oh god, don't even open up that can of worms. And then
oh yes, we have some Lego figures. So I put some of my characters in Lego out on this layout as well. So on the left in the black is of course Sir Charles Nicholas hat, who is now the Fat Controller. Spoilers if you haven't caught up on my series. And then next to him is a new character who's going to debut in the first episode of season 4. And I'm not gonna say too much about any of the new characters that are out here, but she is someone that Sir Charles knows very well. I'll just say that.
she's his girlfriend.
She's married.
She's his girlfriend.
She's literally married and has a child. Okay.
She's his mistress.
Oh God. I'm not that kind of Thomas series. So just so you viewers know, I am very well organized and have zero plan for where this is going.
This is so big, we have no idea where to even go from there.
All right, well let's start down here. Thomas and this other platform kind of converge, and then Sam's line as well kind of go over here. We pass this building. I have actually no idea what merchandise range this is.
I don't. It looks like it's like wooden railway track, but it's definitely not wooden.
It's one of those things that's like, I have like one rolling stock piece from it. It's this weird wooden railway take along hybrid that lasted a year or two.
There's some items of those too, right?
Yeah. After the video, I'll see if I can find that and we'll put it in the post-credit scene.
Cool.
So yeah, we have this random destination
Weird
over here. We also have a hand car, and we have another new character who's coming into the series. He's only quasi-new because I'm actually bringing him out of Thomas Canon, but it's a new take on him. So I'll just leave it at that. Stop sign fellow. And then this goes over to the, I always forget what this thing is called, the transfer table, where Scruff is transferring, apparently.
I guess.
And then let's just continue down the main line this way, and we'll leave that other line for a little bit later. So down this way, we pass the coaling plant, where we have Logan working with Hector, and we also have Gator working. Throwback to the episode where I introduced Gator, and he was working at the coaling plant. So
Oh, was he actually?
He was. Did you not do that intentionally?
I just threw him on there because we needed an engine there.
Oh, well, I'm gonna pretend.
I mean,
continuity.
That was totally on purpose. I'm a genius.
Okay. And then, yeah, we can keep it going this way. So the line goes under a bridge and past Henry's Forest over there. And then it kind of splits off, and this is where things kind of get complicated.
Oh, this is where things get complicated.
Oh, yes, this is where things get complicated. So, if we go through here, this is a Lego station that I've designated as Crovan's Gate, as you've seen in a couple episodes in the series. And we have Big City Engine, aka Grant, over there, and he's pulling Old Slow Coach to meet Bulgy. And then around the corner, and under this massive bridge, we have the Mr. Jolly's Chocolate Factory, along with Norman and Lori.
I think it's 2. That's 2.
2, pulling with some chocolate down there. This other line that you can probably maybe kind of see connects
Goes
by Norman and goes around back to this 4-way switch over here, past the coaling plant where we can meet up with Wilbert, who's pulling some cargo cars, and also Edward, who's pulling some milk tankers. And speaking of milk tankers, let's go over just a second and break the continuity of the layout, because I want to talk about these. So this is a Christmas gift I got. You can see that there's all sorts of milk tankers down here. 2 of them are official products. One of them is, of course, the classic Tidmouth milk tanker, and the other one is the Milk Tanker. For more on those, see the review that.
Check out our crossover.
Check out our crossover, guys. Our crossover is separate from meetups. Is that a thing? Like, do we designate?
They're not like a mutually exclusive thing. Like, something can be both a crossover and a meetup.
Okay. I mean, it'd be hard to be a meetup and not a crossover.
Well, no, to me, oh god, you can cut this all out if you want to, but like crossovers, to me, when I describe a crossover, I just describe a crossover review. So like, if 2 people just like do a thing together, like that's cool, but that's just like a video they're doing together. To me, it's a crossover review.
Okay. Anyway.
So like right now, we're doing a meetup, but we're not doing a crossover, if you feel me.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Okay, anyways, sorry.
Anyway, so, back to these things. So we have the milk tanker and we have the Milk Tanker, and then you'll notice there's 4 other tankers off to the side. And these are tankers that
I'm gonna bend down here without totally destroying this. Okay.
Yeah, good luck. These are tankers that my mother made and gave me as a Christmas present. If you watch the review that Matt and I did, we talked about the possibility of, or we talked about why they only made a German version of the milk tanker and not any other languages. So I guess my mom kind of took that to heart and made 4 other wooden railway milk tankers in other languages. So we have lait, which is French, latte, which is Italian. I'll pull these out so you can see. So this one is leche, which is Spanish, and then this one is Korean, and it's uyu. This is the only one. This has the Korean symbols on it as well, but I would not know how to pronounce that because I'm a bad Korean. So these were made, as far as I know, with the blank wooden tankers that came as like a paint and play or whatever for a really long time. I've made a few customs of those myself.
They're somewhere around here. You'll find. Oh my god, we have so much the layout still left to cover.
I know. This video is going to be like half an hour long, but that's okay. And then, of course, pulling the tankers, we have the anniversary gift pack of the 2 Thomases. That was also a Christmas gift. So for more on these, check out MrMPS's review.
Check out my dumb, terrible crossover with Turtles and Tommies. For Turtles,
was that the Turtles one?
Where Turtles is in the tent the whole time.
I thought that was gonna go somewhere, and then it didn't.
Well, we had plans to make it go somewhere, and then it didn't. So
that's how it goes. Welcome to writing a series.
Oh boy.
So let's cut back down here to the 4-way switch with Edward. If we go this way first, we pass. What's the name of the station? Kirkmachin, which is where the line meets up with the Culdee Fell Railway. And we can do a quick tour of the Culdee Fell Railway.
Elizabeth, too. Sorry, I just want to...
No, Elizabeth is also there. I should have put Elizabeth with Charles, but that's okay.
Oh, well.
So this is the miniature Culdee Fell Railway. I'm really proud. This is the first time I've built a layout where all 4 NWR, or all 4 Sodor railways are represented.
Congratulations.
So you've seen the Northwestern, of course, and this is the Culdee Fell. A little later on, you'll see where the Scarlowie Railway is, as well as the Arlesdale engines. So the Culdee Fell Railway is really straightforward. It just goes up past the station and the Apple cars, because they came with Culdee.
Yeah.
It goes around the mountain, up, and here's Culdee with Catherine and her car, and then just right back down the mountain to the station. So it's really simple, but it was a nice way to kind of incorporate the mountain as well as to get Culdee and his railway on there. So continuing on the main line, or I guess it's a branch line, past Kirkmachin, we come to Ulfstead Castle, and there you can see Stephen and Millie hanging out along with the Earl and Sir Stephen Topham Hatt and Lady Hatt. Lady Hatt has grayed a little bit since her last appearance.
Just a little bit.
Well, her last appearance, she had just brown hair and looked about 30, so I had to do something to make her old.
Sir Topham Hatt likes him younger. What can we say?
Oh, yikes. So that's Ulfstead Castle, and then you'll notice that Stephen's line connects over here to the Hat Street crossing where Gordon is pulling the express, and if you continue past that, we get all the way back to where Scruff is hanging out.
Wow, that was very nice.
That was very nice, wasn't it? Where should we go next?
Do you want to go to the other line at Ulfstead here?
Let's go on the other line at Ulfstead. So I mentioned the Skarloey Railway, and this is the Skarloey Railway as you'll see it. So Millie's line continues over a couple bridges / hills over there, over Henry's Tunnel.
There's my foot. I'm gonna move
There's
here
Matt's
real
foot.
quick. Oh god, I almost just fell over. Whoo. Okay, here we go.
Parkour.
Gonna reorient myself. The people who are watching this video are gonna throw up. Okay.
I know.
I'm also doing a lot of zooming here. I'm not getting really close down because I twisted my ankle yesterday on a.
Oh, ouch!
I twisted my ankle on a dare. I slid down.
What'd you do?
I slid down a giant pile of snow. I lost what are the odds, and so I had to slide down a giant pile of snow in downtown Minneapolis. And because
I think I saw that in your Snapchat.
yes, you
Follow MPS on Snapchat.
or don't.
Or don't.
I don't really
Up
care.
to you.
Okay. Anyways,
Anyway, so the line continues, and if you'll remember from the season 3 finale, I introduced Skiff in the last episode. The twist being that he is narrow gauge in my series, and so Sailor John, aka Oscar Monroe, aka the new Thin Controller, is on there.
wow, I totally forgot you made him the Thin Controller. That's so strange.
It was like one of the last things. It's gonna pay off.
Dog, your series is. I'm sorry, but your series is so weird. You do so many like weird, cool things with it.
Well, thank you. Is it weirder than Turtles' series though?
Well, I mean, you have killed off a lot of people as well, so.
I haven't killed off. Have I killed off any engines?
No, there's nothing that's weirder than Turtles' series. Let's be 100% honest with you.
Well, there are different levels of weirdness here. Like Turtles is weird, dark. Enterprising is weird, funny. I'm like weird, dramatic.
Yes,
You're just
you
kind
are.
of weird.
Yeah, I'm just weird.
Continuing on, the Skarloey line with Skiff and Sailor John continues under this bridge. We have Duke here pulling Ada, Jane, and Mabel, and now my feet are probably in the shot, but that's
No, they're
okay. So we have Peter Sam over here with the zoo cars. I really should have made that Ivo hue.
And then right next to that we have the Batmobile, and Batman's gonna come in.
Matt, we put the Legos aside, remember?
It's a Batmobile.
I know.
So cool.
I know. It's okay.
Fine.
So, Peter Sam is pulling the zoo cars to the power station because that makes
Why not?
sense.
That happens.
And then we arrive at the Sodor Steamworks, which I think is actually one of the coolest introductions in the CGI series there has been. Because like it's been used consistently too.
Yeah.
With Victor and Kevin are right here. Reneus is being repaired. Stepney is being lifted.
Also, we should mention that this right here, this is dual gauge.
Yes, thank you for reminding me. This area is all dual gauge, so the Steamworks is accessible to the narrow gauge engines as well as those of the NWR. Fergus is also being repaired, and over in the engine watch we have Samson.
There we go.
There we go. So this all loops around, and then there are three-ish lines that extend from the Steamworks, besides the one we covered. Two of them go over here to the lumber mill, which is also a relatively new addition to my collection. I'm really glad to finally have the lumber mill. It's a very, very cool destination.
Are you talking about the sawmill or just the lumber mill?
Oh, the sawmill.
The lumber mill and the sawmill are two different things.
This is the lumber mill, this is the sawmill.
Yes, there you go.
So the sawmill is new, the lumber mill is not. Lumber, whatever.
Whatever, same thing.
Same thing. But if you haven't seen this before, I would highly recommend Wooden Railway Reviews' video about this item. It really does a good job of showcasing just how cool this item really is.
And Ted and Josh did a crossover on it too.
Oh, did they?
Yes, they did.
Oh, I haven't seen
a
that
lot back when Josh was still on YouTube.
Rip Josh. So over here we have Rusty, and he's getting some logs and other equipment, and Badash. I don't remember which one he is. This is Bash. Hey, Matt Twillman, how's that custom coming? And then the other line from the Steamworks comes up over here, past the milk tankers where we just were, and this is a good time. Yeah, let's continue along this way.
I'm gonna finesse my way over here. Skirt, skirt. All right,
Skirt.
Here we go.
We go past those things, and we go down the hill. Dustin's hanging out on top of Henry's tunnel. I should also mention that I tried to be geographically accurate to Sodor on this layout. Sometimes it worked better than others, but I was actually really glad to be able to put Henry's Tunnel close to Vickerstown.
I really like the elevated Vickerstown. That's super cool. I really like that.
So these are this is Vickerstown, everybody.
You couldn't tell by the giant Vickerstown on the top of the thing.
Yeah, so these are just like wooden blocks. I think I can take this out without it falling over. You've probably seen these before, used as various things in my series, including Tidmouth Tower. The one thing I regret from this layout is not being able to put Tidmouth Tower up, but that's all right. It's off in the background somewhere. You can see it.
It's in the skyline.
It's in the skyline of Sodor. The only building in the skyline of Sodor.
It's like in the Batman Arkham games where you can see Gotham City in the way back, but you can't go explore it. That's what this is right now.
Isn't there like one glitch where you can like?
Yeah, in Arkham City you can like freeze. You can throw a bunch of freeze bombs and like fly over the wall.
That's like way too much work though.
It's actually like super detailed. There's like cars driving around and everything like that.
Oh wow.
Anyway,
so Vickerstown is here, and we have a bunch of engines hanging out. We have Connor pulling some coaches. We have Bell, just Jay chillin'. And then we have D199, and we have the Diesel,
which is
ever creatively named.
I'm glad you made that joke because I was about to.
Yes. So on the other side of Vickerstown Station, the lines continue.
Oh God!
You destroyed the mail. That's okay.
I'm so sorry.
So we have Emily Hatt and Gillian Percival hanging out on the platforms there. Don't know where they're going, but that's all right.
They're just looking.
So Oliver and Toad are pulling some baggage cars down that way. We'll explore that line a little bit later, but let's finish off Vickerstown here. So the remaining 3 lines all kind of converge down here. Mm-hmm. We have sort of the International Engines quadrant over here. So we have Frida and Hugo and Ashima and Gina and Vinny all hanging out.
And then we have Dennis over here.
We also have Dennis because he's lazy and pretending to be ill, so he went to works. We have Caitlin on the turntable. And then this bridge is the Vickerstown Bridge, or an approximation of it.
I kicked that, whoopsie.
How dare you. And if you want to get a little bit closer to the Flying Scotsman, you might notice I've made a modification. Check it out, folks.
This man put Lego oh, that's so out of focus. Hold up, let me... There we go. This man put Lego smoke detectors on the Flying Scotsman. There we go.
Smoke deflectors.
Smoke, did I say detectors?
You said smoke detectors.
Beep, 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 there's smoke.
Imagine if you had smoke detectors on the side. They're just like constantly going off.
That would be the most annoying thing.
We should give me an episode idea.
Terrible. I'm so sorry. We should go on.
We should go on
this line.
This line.
Yes.
So Den is hanging out at the oil depot. This is also, I don't think, a destination I've showcased before. So this is the oil derrick. Is that what it's called?
Why are you crushing Richard Hatt
no,
right
I
now?
crushed Richard Hatt. I didn't realize he was standing right under the hammer. That was a poor
decision.
He's just being
pummeled. He's just being pummeled.
Poor Richard Hatt. So he's chilling at the... he's probably working at the Vickerstown Oil Depot. And then continuing along, we have the Mail Depot.
Another one of those weird wooden railway / also take-along things.
This is actually Lionel.
Oh, really?
I know that for sure. But this is a Lionel wooden railway. So these pieces on the end, I'll just showcase this real quick. These are actually adapters.
Oh, that's super
between
cool.
Lionel track and wooden railway track.
That's actually super cool.
I like this destination a lot, actually. I use it probably the most frequently of any non-TWR destination. So then Rosie's pulling a train over there. And, oh yeah, Rosie's pulling a train over there. Minnesotan came out for a little bit.
And it just wraps around through Henry's Tunnel back over there where Edward is.
That is correct.
Got him.
Alright, so let's head down this other line at Vickerstown from the turntable. Most of these lines end in sidings or the bridge, but past Vinny we have the cargo depot. Terrence is chilling. We have another oil station. And then we come through this tunnel. Murdoch is pulling many freight cars. I don't actually know all the freight cars. Okay, so Rickety's in there. The line continues and up around this spiral mountain, which I think is one of the most interesting parts of a set that came. It came in 2 sets, I believe.
Came in 2 sets.
Check
out my review of it. I'm just going to shamelessly plug all my crappy reviews.
I've shamelessly plugged a couple reviews in here, but that's okay. So we have the Spiraling Mountain set, or whatever it's called. Donald and Douglas are pulling some tankers up there. And then we head down under the mountain. Who's that mysterious engine there?
Hold up. You ready? Oh, he's gone.
Go?
Spooky.
Oh no, he's definitely not right here.
Oh, Legos. More Legos. And then over here we have the Bat Cave.
Hey, look, the ghost is back.
The Riddler. Oh, spooky. Okay. Oh, there's a Thomas layout. Okay, sorry. Back to this.
Definitely didn't just stick him on the shelf. But anyway, the quarry happens, and So the quarry happens, and we've got Diesel and Mavis with the rock paper scissors cars, and in there, next to the barrel loader, we have Lady next to some buffers. I wonder what kind of buffers those might be. Haha. I'm running out of breath. So, we have this little area over here where the road and the rail intersect twice. And the first time is right here behind Toby at Ellsbridge Station. And we have the road goes from the scrapyard to the cement works to the transfer station, over the second crossing, over to where Madge is randomly found smudger, I guess, and over here to the works and to the hospital.
Where Lorry 3 is.
Lorry 3 is in the works, and there's a small road that comes out of that door.
Nah, whatever.
So much for geographical accuracy.
Whatever.
I think the Wellsworth. I think the hospital is supposed to be in Wellsworth, but that's okay.
It's good enough, dog.
So Harold's also in a field, and then Toby's branch line. This has become Thomas's branch line, if you couldn't figure out.
Yeah.
So it begins at Farquhar, and then we'll continue down elsewhere. So we go past Philip at the grain loader and around the bend, and over here we have this is also not official Thomas Ford Railway, but this is Elmham Station, which really sounds like a Sudrian city, don't you think?
Yeah.
I don't know what brand this is. Oh, it's Big Jigs. Never mind.
Oh, no.
Oh, I know. I knocked the tree out. So the tree goes there. This is like the least professional video I've ever done.
Oh, it's great. I love it.
So over here we have Diesel 10 having some sort of conversation with Spider and Dodge. Hopefully no sinister plans to take over the series in episode blah, 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 blah.
All right, Keep Grip 24.
So they're Jay chilling. Flora is at the station picking up passengers. And you know what? I kind of worked myself into a hole. So we're going to go the other direction on this line first, actually.
Sounds good.
So past the fire trucks, past this little inhabited area. Whiff is pulling the scrap cars through the tunnel. And then this line loops back around to the cargo station where Neil is. Back past Tiger Moth. Through another tunnel, and then up and over this mountain where that mysterious ghost was just not too long ago.
I'm spooked!
Spooked? It's a haunted mountain thing.
Oh, no.
I should mention here that one of the only items that I didn't put out in terms of destinations was Boulder Mountain Quarry. And there is a good reason for that, but I'm not telling you because spoilers. I just left that part of the layout alone.
Ooh, got him. Okay,
so we have Harvey and the breakdown train and Butch clearing up a little mess over here that poor Isabella has made.
God diggity dang it, Isabella.
Darn it, Isabella. Okay, so we got the track continues this way.
Now you have more to clean up.
So the track goes around these bends and all the way back to Oliver at Bakerstown.
We just talk about this jail really quick.
Oh yes, let's talk about this jail. So
this was This was all me.
This was 100% Matt's idea. So Sodor's most wanted are hanging out in this jail. So we have Mr. Percival, we have Baron Kruger, and also Deathstroke being guarded by Commissioner Moonstone.
He made all the way from London just to come guard this
random prison in Holy Fell is just like chilling in the mountains. But I guess that's where they are, in this snow-infested rat hole of a prison.
I mean, I wouldn't want to escape from there.
There are no actual doors. It's just like -20 outside. What temperature is it today in Minnesota, Mr. Matt? It has been below. There have been highs below 0 for the last couple of days.
Yeah, here you mug for the camera for a little bit while I look up the temperature. You're not doing a very good job of mugging for the camera right now. Okay, it is 5 degrees.
5 degrees. So we're positive now.
Oh boy.
Okay, so that's pretty much this half of the layout. So we're gonna head on back to Elmham Station.
Yes, sir.
Skirt. Let us continue. Yeah, let's continue down Flora's line for a second. It splits up here. This is Arthur hanging out at the station master's house, where Thomas had his breakfast incident. Appropriately enough, Arthur is pulling some eggs and chickens.
That's pretty funny.
That's pretty good. So his line loops past the little circus over there, the carousel, and then back over crossing and to where Duck is at Nafford Station. And then the other line past Flora goes over a hill and into the yards. So there's a couple new items here as well. You can probably see the On the Glow cargo, and the demolition team with Exploding Scruffy and the Blue Mountain Quarry car. So this is kind of Knapford Yards, where all these engines are shunting and pulling trains and whatnot. The line that Molly's on continues over the crossing, over another crossing, and back onto the main line where the hand car is, and then coming the other direction out of the yards, passes onto this line. And let's take a brief pit stop at Tid in the Sheds over here. So we have Ari and Bert, and they're pulling the jet engine.
Because why not?
Because
good.
no, real good.
Jet engine runs rampant on your layout.
Should we just let it run and see where it ends up?
That'd be pretty funny. Oh no.
It's definitely gonna hit an engine in like 2 seconds.
Good.
Well, rip the jet engine.
This is
Quality.
I've dragged you down to my level. This is something I would do in my videos.
So there's a few engines in the sheds. Looks like Neville, Emily, Stanley, Hank, and Paxton, and rest in peace, Percy. Spoiler. Yeah. Anyways, back on to Hero's line. You may notice we didn't mention him earlier, but Hero's pulling a freight train into Knapford Station, and then the last couple switches connect back there, and then the other direction on Hero's line comes back to Tidmouth. And this is where I did try to get some geographical accuracy to put Tidmouth this side of Knapford in terms of the main line. So Boko is there with the passenger train, and by process of elimination, that must be Lorry 3. Or no, that must be Lorry 2.
No, that's Lorry Uno.
What?
Lorry 2 is over at the chocolate factory.
Wow, I went through all 3 lorries by process of elimination. That's Lorry 4, guys. Secret 4th lorry that you never knew about.
There actually was a Thomas Magazine issue where there was a Lorry 4 and he was like blue for some reason.
What? Really?
Yeah, I'll show you it on the Thomas Wiki after this.
Okay.
Not promoting the Thomas Wiki, by the way.
Rip. So Charles's wife and child are also at the platform. Little Abigail appears to be waving at the mess that Ari and Bert have made. And then the 2 lines that continue out of Tidmouth, one of them loops back past Farmer McCullough's farm with McCullough himself down there. Charlie the Klutz just fell in a sinkhole,
He's
I guess.
A little bit of a situation here.
Little bit of a situation, but we go past Trevor in the apple orchard and back to Diesel 10's hideout. And then the other line...
This is a terrible hideout. It's just right in the
middle. Like,
Trevor is literally listening to these guys scheme their evil scheme. Whatever, it's cool. Okay.
Yeah, well, Diesel 10 is, I think, one of the only characters on this layout that I actually wrote out of the series.
Mm-hmm.
There were a couple engines we were considering putting on, but then we were like, no, they don't really happen anymore.
Yeah.
Rip Spencer.
Rip Percy.
Again,
spoiler alert.
Percy's actually dead. Spencer's just gone.
He's arrested.
Porter is loose into the wild.
Do you realize you have now arrested 2 engines in your series somehow?
Like we said, weird dramatic.
Yeah, okay. Cool.
Anyway, so the Tidmouth line, there's a switch after it. One line comes up to Arlesdale, where the ballast loader is hanging out and loading up on ballast thanks to a new item, which is Bert.
Hello.
Bert is chilling on top of the ballast hopper loader thing. His line, this is... I say I have all 4 railways, but this is the entirety of the Arlesdale Railway.
I mean, come on, man. That's the entirety of Culdee Fell. It's one hill, so, I mean...
It is one hill.
This isn't that bad.
Yeah, I suppose this does at least have a switch and, a destination. But Frank and Mike are down there. Cue E93's awesome Frank and Mike voices that I cannot do an impression of. And the Arlesdale barrel loader. And then the other switch comes down here. And actually, if you want to swing around this way, you can get a better view.
Ooh. Hello.
So Daisy is chilling, and where could this line extending from Arlesdale possibly go? Oh, to the MilkTankerMedia branch line, of course, my favorite.
My favorite.
And then the pack is constructing something over here.
What did that say right there?
I don't know. What does that sign say, Matt?
It says Harwick.
Harwick. Never heard of that. Some weird made-up fictional town, said the narrator of the weird fictional made-up island.
Could you foreshadow that any harder?
No.
Okay, and then over there we got the city hall right there, and then you can see there's a fire station, there's a helicopter.
But that's not a fire station.
It's a hospital, excuse me, but there's a helicopter. If you look if I can zoom in all the way, there's a helicopter.
How close are you zooming in?
I'm pretty zoomed in right now. I'm gonna be honest with you. Oh, hello.
Hi.
Okay.
Okay. So what do we have left?
We have.
Oh, we have this part. So Ari Bird just crashed on the lifting bridge over there, the lift bridge. Check out Enterprising Engines. The other line continues back to Arthur, but the more interesting line goes this way, past Hidden Sheds and the water tower, up over the Knapford-covered bridge, and finally we arrive at Brendam Docks. We have finally made it to one of the most interesting parts of the layout. So this is pretty similar to how I've had Brendam set up for a lot of the episodes. We have a couple docks down here. We have the fishing crane loading up Timothy. We also have 2 other cranes going on. Billy is pulling the Chinese dragon
For some reason.
because
I don't know.
I guess I don't know. Salty is pushing some freight cars. This all goes to the old Knapford station platform.
There's Drunk Hunter over there.
Drunk Hunter is hanging out. These 2 lines connect back to Knapford, and then in the other direction, one goes to Timothy and back through the shipping building over there. The other one, of course, comes up to the elevated platform where Derek is loading up. We have 2 people over here. One is a random dock worker. The other is another new character who I'm not going to say too much about, but she does work at the docks. I will say that much. Henry is pulling his nice long goods train over here. He comes over to where... Oh, this is new. I finally got the Soda Bay tugboat.
Oh, nice.
And I'm using just a double female connector piece to pull this along.
Because, as I would like to remind everybody, in my crossover with Wooden Railway Reviews on the Soda Bay tugboat, I called, MrMPS, I called that they were planning to release a connector for that. And people were saying I was stupid, and then Wooden Railway Reviews interviewed Roy Wilson, and guess what? They were planning on making a connector, and they didn't make one. So, just remember how...
I would have been like, can you imagine going to the store and like seeing all the items on the shelf, and it's like, oh yes, here's Thomas, and here's Edward, and here's the connector piece for the 2 boats.
Hey, can I just get a connector?
So fun fact, this isn't actually an even connection. The Soda Bay barge is slightly higher off the ground than the Soda Bay tugboat, so this does not sit flat.
Why don't I just use a rubber band?
Because that'd be far too logical.
Okay. Sure, man.
So, Henry, this is a really long elevated stretch. One part of it goes over to Ryan. Ryan is coming into the series, everyone. Ryan is at the sawmill, or saw...
You had it right the first time, dog.
Sawmill, which I got wrong the first time. And then the other line goes to Bill and Ben pulling the China clay cars, one of which is courtesy of Toy Go Round in Berkeley, California. Go check them out.
Gang, gang.
Yeah, we are the Toy Go Round gang, us too. So Cranky's loading up some boats there, Bulstrode and other ships. Bill and Ben's line, of course, goes back into the shipping company, and then the other way goes over the lighthouse drawbridge. Captain is coming through, and then back over to Logan and Hector. And then the last little bit of stretch of line goes past Ryan at the sawmill, and it goes to where James is with the mail coach, and of course, ending nicely back at the milk tankers.
Boom!
100% planned, because that, I think, is the entire layout. Did we miss anything?
Let's get a picture for the thumbnail here. Like, just kneel down and like give a thumbs up. Perfect. What a fantastic thumbnail.
Fantastic thumbnail right there.
And then we end over here at the Batmobile. Is there
no,
Batman
wait. I think we actually did forget something. Oh my god.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not kidding you. It's literally one stretch of road.
I'm gonna cry. What did we forget?
So we forgot over here. I don't know why we're doing this. You saw the whole thing.
This is so dumb. Okay, whatever. No, we have to be thorough.
We have to be thorough. So, stretch of road comes up through the mountain, over the mountain overpass, and through the Soda at Scrub and Shine. And Caroline is there.
Dog, are you kidding me? Are you serious?
That's
what we had to go out of our way. We were wrapping up the video. We got a thumbnail and everything.
This was so perfect. So perfectly landed. Stuck the landing at the milk tankers, and then just the one stupid random.
It's okay, because now we're back over here at the Bat Cave. What's up, everybody?
Thank you, everyone, for watching. This video will, obviously it'll be up soon, because if you're watching it, it's up on YouTube. But I will have more videos coming on the way. Look out for those. And I'm also going to be in some of MPS's stuff, so check that out as well. Until next time, MPS, say goodbye.
Goodbye.
And this is MilkTankerMedia signing off. So, this is the freaking weird cargo car we were talking about before. It has wooden railway wheels and, like, take-along magnets. And it, like, bends in the middle. It actually comes apart if you just do that. This is, like, the strangest freaking thing I've ever seen. MPS is out in the background. I don't know what he's doing. What are you doing?
You got the mountain tunnel for Christmas. There you go. You got the mountain tunnel and you got the work shed.
I did, but like I built the layout before I could put them in.
You also got Nib Thumper, so congratulations on that. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna go play with your Legos now.
Hey, wait a minute.